Welcome to the Mez Journal. This is my trading journal based on my trading perspective, my trading experiences. The motto is uh, improvement, maintenance, and victory. In today's video, we want to talk about how to view your account. This is not financial information. This is based on a demo account. But how to view your account? You know what I'm saying? How to view your account is basically understand that your account is based on profit, progress, and your account can either grow or blow. Now, depending on the level of information you have about the market, level of understanding, you'll interact with the market differently. Depending on the amount of funding, you'll interact with the market differently. But the truth is, in terms of the market, the most important thing is the information, the knowledge. It's not necessarily just knowledge per se. It's knowledge and the ability to use it. And the ability to use it is understanding that I understand everything I need to understand. That means I understand how to utilize context in real time successfully, without complaints, without the need or the absence of work. No, purely of your efforts. My effort, my ability is able to read this. And the best way to do that is understand market ease and market efficiency. Market ease is structure. What's the easiest structures? Market efficiency is perspectives on risk. Perspectives on risk. I could call setting a long-term plan a factor of risk management. Selecting specific pairs is a factor of risk management. I who trades 30 pairs, is at a far greater risk than someone who trades 3 pairs. Now, if I trade 30 pairs with a $1 million account, now that's different compared to someone who's trading, 3 pairs with a $1 million account. Again, trading is situational. It's situational. But what I'm trying to say, I'm generalizing it, is that if you trade too many pairs and it's not from a direct perspective, it's costly. It's very costly because every market pair has its own condition, own unique condition. As much as the structures are the same, but the condition and the way it reacts are all different. So yeah, understanding the context of real time and understanding the reduction of risks, or should I say a reduction of unknown variables, uncontrollable variables, you minimize them to something that you can use, is a form of risk management. This video is supposed to be what is risk management? What is risk management? I shouldn't say how to look at your account. I should say, what is risk management? Because the most important thing in trading, we'll always say the most important thing in trading, but one of the most important things in trading is risk management. And risk management is also a form of skill. Now, the painful thing about risk management and the good thing about risk management is that usually in trading, we learn the risk management that we utilize as we go. You fund a specific size, but the more you trade and the more your account grows, you have to be, I don't want to say intuitional, but you just have to look at the side of yourself and say, you know what, I can utilize this to achieve my goal. So most of the time we're working based on abstract. If you're afraid of taking specific risks, understand that most of the risks that most traders take is new to them. You know what I'm saying? It's new to them. Regardless of their success, it's new to them. So they are successful because they are risky, because they take risks. This slide. He's busy following my face. Anyways, the next factor is the next factor to understand in variable reduction and looking at variables as risk management is understanding that your goal is to win. So what's the easiest way you can make your account move forward? I know the mindset, the idea should be that you can blow. You don't come into trading not knowing that. You come into trading knowing that you could lose your money, you could lose your funding, another thing you could lose is your time. People don't talk about that factor. The most important thing in trading is time. And that's why we have things like risk management, risk tolerance, these ideas based on stable processes, is because we understand that time is the most essential thing in the market. Signals are delivered based on time, conditions are delivered based on time, outcomes are delivered based on time. Your economy is based on real time. Now, if you grow an account for 6 months and you blow it after 6 months, you didn't just lose money, you wasted time. You know what I'm saying? You wasted time. Time you cannot get back. I get you can have a pile of data that, this is what I did in 6 months. We can improve in that, but ultimately it's a waste of time as progress into the trading field or trading realm, or as you progress into your trading journey. Again, certain things you don't need to force them into your understanding or force them into your lifestyle, because as a trader, one thing I've seen, certain things you just need to experience them. Like the making easy of material. What do I mean by that? When you trade, you try to make the trading space easier for yourself. You find yourself journaling, putting out sketches. That's what I find myself doing, and stating out processes that are easier than what I usually do. Why? I don't know. But when you come to find out, it's pretty helpful. I know I won't go through them, but when I do go through them, I find out, this is what I know. This is what I shouldn't be learning. There's no, but again, you don't prepare to attempt. You prepare to win. You know what I'm saying? You prepare to win. So in trading, you prepare so much because the attempt is not just an attempt. You don't want to waste time. I get losing money, but wasting time is another thing. The only money you lost in trading is your initial deposit. But the time that you lose is actually tangible. 6 months growing an account and you blow it on the 6th month, that's a loss, a big loss. Now, funding today and blowing today, that's not a loss. You know what I'm saying? You didn't lose any time. When you commit, you try to ensure that you win. And that's the frustrating part. I found about this gradual trading system, Project 90. It was boring because the idea was ensure you don't waste time. Because if you blow, you wasted your own time. Now, I did blow around, I think, day 30 or something. Not even day 30, day 20 something. The account is 6 bends. And I had to restart. And I felt that. I'm like, do I really want to go through this thing again? Not necessarily blowing, but the understanding that so much time has gone by and the only thing I have is data and not money. Now, you can't, I'm speaking to myself at this point. You can't teach people to be traders. I can teach you how to trade, but I can't teach you to be a trader. Now, a trader is not someone who just takes buys and sell orders. It's not just a speculator. For me, and from what I've heard, it's someone who's successful and who has a track record. Now, you cannot just force that upon yourself. You build that. That's why you have your psychology, your strategies, you have all these journals that you stacked up for yourself that create structure, specific systems that create specific outcomes. You have that, and it's built off trial and error. You find something, you understand its objectives, you understand how to utilize it. Does it work with your situation? When it does, put up in your journal, explain its ins and outs and how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then over time, you start setting out plans and goals for that. And you put in the work while you've set out the plan, while you do understand the strategy and structure, and then you have your track record. For me, my goal is fund less, over time, and make more money. That means not only do I want to fund small for a long period of time, but when I say small, I mean the most I would like to fund in the future is maybe max 100 bins. I don't want to be funding 1 million. No, I want to be funding max 100 bins. Maybe if I decide to maybe take this to a higher level. I mean, if someone can do it, anyone can do it. You know what I'm saying? What did they pay to get there? They paid the price, which is time, effort, execution, failure, which is, come on now. You only have one life, so why not? If it happens, maybe I would. Only under those conditions. But if it's not under those conditions, obviously, the goal is, the max is to fund 100K. That's the most I could fund. And that would be like, in a year, I'd only fund twice. That's 200K twice in a year. That means the same 100K will be funding my accounts. That's what I want. I don't want to fund 100K, make money, fund 100K, blow, fund 100K, make money. Twice a year, maybe. I should. And I don't want to label it as an attempt, because if I put it out as you only have 2 attempts, and now it's like I'm only looking at 2 attempts. I'm only focused to ensure that those 2 attempts are not blown. No. I need to understand that I don't want to fund more than twice the same amount in a year. That means I don't want to fund more than 200K in a year. That's better than saying you have 2 attempts. I don't want to fund more than 200K in a year. And I'm planning on funding 100K. Now that's in the future. So same thing in the now, I have to use the same principles. If I'm funding 1,000, I don't want to be funding 1,000 every month. I want to fund 1,000 twice. Not 1,000, maybe 1,000 and 1,000. If I blow twice, then I'm done. That means I'm a failure. So those are the standards I put up for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to force a result. You don't force result, and what are you doing? Again, some traders take it as if the market is challenging, they take it as if they are bad traders. No, you're just trading in a challenging environment, and that's it. As long as your account is not blown, you're moving towards your goal. That's what it is. It's kind of like the saying that, I don't want to say it doesn't kill, it makes you stronger. I don't know the saying, but it's usually like, ensure there's something, growing in the background. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. This is the same thing. When you plant a tree, you intend on it to grow, because if it doesn't grow, it's a waste of your time. It shouldn't just be a waste of money. You should put out time as the most important commodity factor, because it does also control the outcomes of everything that you do in the market space. So if I fund twice in a year, I say I only want to fund 2,000. More than that, that's crazy. My attempts will not only be like perfection. Now, perfection doesn't assume that I lose. It assumes when I lose, I understand how to utilize my account in a way it is stable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how to teach that. I just don't know how to teach that. Most mindset, you just develop that by executing on that chance. The more you lose, the more you realize. Here's the thing about trading, especially when you want something in trading, the more you lose, the more you learn. Because you want that thing and you realize, I lost and I didn't get that. What did I do? Why didn't I get what I want? And it's going to tell you. If you want what you want, you have to change this specific factor. And you have a choice not to. You know what I'm saying? Because change is not nice. Change is painful. So you have a choice to or choice not to. I know this is a video based on how to view your account, but you need to understand these perspectives. I don't know why I explain them, but I feel like they're important. I genuinely feel like they're important. I put them out for myself because whenever I trade, I feel like they're important for me. They are important for me. So, understanding these factors helps you come into the market without any expectations besides that of your own, which is my own effort, my own perspective, my own focus, attention to detail is what's going to get me to my goal. Now, if I fund twice, I'm gonna make sure that whenever I try to attempt, I'm make crazy amounts of money. I make, let's say I fund a K. Right now, the goal is 20K. When I fund a K, the goal is 20K over a span of 30 days. Like, I wanted to make it more. Like, I've never made such a low goal. You know what I'm saying? I've never made such a low goal. I always try to put up my plans to make them more. So even if I fail, I hit something that's, satisfactory. Now it's like, okay, there's no way, there's no pressure. One pair, 1K to 20K over a period of 30 days. Pure mechanical trading. No, not one pair, two pairs. In case one pair doesn't move or the mechanical points are tripping, I can use the other one. The goal is not necessarily account protection, it's account progression. Every attempt should be protect and progress your account heavily. I know if I risk 500 on a trade, it's only 500 on that trade. But what type of trade am I looking at? Obviously, it must be reflective to higher time frames when I enter the trade, given that this is a great entry. You know what I'm saying? There's only like 500 to lose and more to gain. The goal is to stabilize the account. Every trade needs to, be bigger than the last. I don't want to say be bigger than the last in terms of leverage, but be bigger than the last in terms of perspective, intention, attention. It should be like, hey, I'm flowing. The loss is the initial deposit. Once I fund, I acknowledge that I've already lost. So that's another abstract I need to look at, which is funding twice is a bit crazy. That means I'm not calculating based on numbers. I'm calculating based on abstract, attitude, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be realistic. The most realistic thing is to fund a K every month. That means in a year, you're investing 12K in your funding, in your trading, and you should have a specific return. You know what I'm saying? So if I fund a K and my expectancy is 20K, in a year, how much do I have? I don't know. I don't care, but it's a lot of money.